Okay, so a home equity line is going to be most advantageous to somebody who's maybe lived in their home for 20 years and has a nice amount of equity, and they just want to tap into some of that to do a kitchen remodel.
Yeah, depending on what their interest rate is on their first mortgage. If they've refinanced in the last 3 or 4 or 5 years and they're in that 3 or 4% range, probably not a good idea to get a renovation loan because you're giving up that 4% rate or whatever it is on the first mortgage. It might be a better idea to get the home equity line, assuming you have equity in the home as it sits. If you've owned the home for a while and maybe you haven't ever refinanced, maybe you're above 5%, it may be a good idea to just go ahead and wrap the whole thing into one new low interest rate.
Okay, that makes sense. So tell us, what are some of the most common renovation projects you see either home buyers or current homeowners doing to their home and using a renovation loan for?
Nathan, they truly run the gamut. It can be the home maybe in a blighted area that somebody's come in and stole the copper tubing and the wiring out of and stole the air conditioner, and so you're really just putting some mechanicals back in the house to get the house livable again. On the other end of the spectrum, we've had some transactions, one that you and I did together, where they're remodeling a 6-bedroom home to the hilt. So I mean, it really runs the gamut. And part of what we do and part of what the buyer or homeowner needs to do with you is figure out what type of improvements to the home make the most sense, what are giving the most bang for the buck. I mean, there's 2 ways to look at a renovation project. One is obviously the return on investment. When they go to sell the home, how much more does this improve the value of the home? Sure. The other thing is livability. We can't leave that out. Just enjoying your new kitchen or your den or your basement, there's a lot to be said about that. There's a reason we don't all drive Yugos. We buy things that we love and we enjoy, and there's a certain cost of use.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So say somebody's watching this segment right now and they're like, oh my gosh, this kitchen is gorgeous. You know, we've got mahogany countertops, we've got beautiful inset cabinetry. You know, this is, in most people's minds, is not going to be a cheap kitchen renovation. But if you look at it more on a monthly basis, what's kind of going to be a monthly cost to somebody to put a kitchen similar to this in their home? Of course, size and you know, appliances that you put in, all those things can affect this overall cost, but just in general, what are we looking at there?
A kitchen like this, you know, in that $35,000, $40,000 range, will run roughly $220 a month. So it's really, from a payment standpoint, it's not really that bad to put a kitchen like this, and you can have a beautiful high-end kitchen like this for around $220 a month.
Okay, and do you have any data that supports, you know, if you have a $300,000 house, how much you should be doing for a kitchen remodel?
The folks here at the Kitchen Rights recommend that roughly about 15% of the value of the home is what you would do for a major kitchen remodel.
Okay, so I'm not real good on my math here. I think you're better since you're the mortgage guy. But so for a $300,000 house, what approximately should you be looking for?
About $45,000 for a kitchen remodel.
Okay, well that seems pretty substantial. So,
it does, yeah. And when you put it into dollars and cents, like you're talking $225, $230 a month, which on a $350,000 house isn't really that much of a payment increase.
True. Cool. Awesome. Well, we're going to take a look at another kitchen here that may be on a little bit more affordable scale for some people, and we're going to go to that next.